and everything you need to know. So I would recommend you go to the Fireside channel. In the meantime, we are going to finally go into the match. We do not want to miss any of the matches. We have Monkeloid here and A4Papier. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready for the finals. This is their test matchup. I'm going to quickly give you some information before they start with this match. Alright, that was the test match. Both of the players banned the... Let's have a look if I'm correctly... Okay. So both of the players have banned each other's shamans. So there's going to be no shamans again. Both shamans got banned. Monkeloid is playing with, of course, his Enzot Paladin. We've seen that. He's going to play with his Hunter and Warlock. And then we have A4Papier that's going to be playing with his Warrior. He's going to be playing with the Warlock and the Hunter. So pretty much kind of like the same Warlock Hunter that we've seen on everyone. And it's the last deck that's pretty much different. A4 is going to be using a Warrior in this case, whereas the Monkeloid is going to be using his Enzot. I've been removed from spectating. Alright. That's a cool story, bro, but I'm going to go straight back in. Alright. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna make sure of the scores. Yeah, okay, here we go, guys. The finals then. This is their test matchup. We are in. Everything is okay. Alright, the only thing we need to adjust is the team name. We are going to fix that up. And then we should be able to move on with our lives. Alright, incoming. Minor details, but everything needs to be set correctly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the stream interface at least is ready for it. Are you guys ready for the finals? So guys, we are ready to host. Are you guys ready? If you guys are ready, I would love you guys to spam whichever player you feel like should be winning. So if you're for A4Papier, feel free to give a shout out to that guy in the chat. And if you are hoping for Monkeloid to win this, then spam. Zunimasa, yes, this was a test match. And that's why they both are using their shamans decks that basically were banned. That's something we do to make sure that you guys on the stream don't miss out on the matches that we're streaming. So yeah, that's a test match. Anyway, now that we have the test match out, come on, can we see the Monkeloid boys spam and the A4Papier boys spam? Let's do this, boys. Let's get the stream hyped up a little bit. Call all your friends. Tell them there's this important match in Hearthstone happening. Call your granny. Grab all your family members. Tell them to sit down. Okay, maybe you shouldn't do all that, but you know. Alright, let's have a look at the match. There we go. Alright, Hunter mirror match being used right away. Hunters for the quick match. We see like A4Papier is having definitely a pretty decent start here. Alright. Does not want to play the Alec, it seems. He wants to play something bigger. Going for the top deck there, kind of like nicely swaps into the minions that he has there. So that's something to consider. There we go. We're gonna only trade one minion in. He did it in the correct order. He could have attacked with the 2-1 first and then weaponed it down. Then the damage from the Death Rattle had a chance to hit the minion if he did it the other way around. So he does it in the correct order and hits with his weapon first to make sure he gets that extra 1 damage in on the face. Alright, Huffer. Not much choice. I don't think you want to trade with Huffer. He did hover over it for a second, but in the end he attacked face. Not gonna down trade that badly. Anyway, that's going to be an easy weapon clear. The weapon did definitely give A4Papier some tempo. So that's looking good for him. Alright, Alec Freezing Trap. The Freezing Trap could turn out real bad because he could just play and attack obviously with the Houndmaster. I'm not sure if you mind having a Houndmaster back in your hand. Anyway, he's going to attack first just to see. There we go. And he's going to be able to play the Houndmaster again in the next turn or the turns after. Definitely providing again a new buff. I don't think that's the greatest loss. There we go. Quick shot out of the way. Hero power into hitting face. Not much more he can or need to do. Investing a Houndmaster on this would be just silly. Anyway, looking a little scary for Monkeloid. Seems like he's going to be using his deadly shot just to get rid of the current threat on the board. Just not sure why he wouldn't play the deadly shot first, because now he's going to be harming his minion. For no reason, but alright. There's the Savannah. Turn 6 Savannah. We have two of them on Monkeloid's side, however. He's still a little behind on damage. I wonder if there's going to be a trade here. I mean, potentially that gives a 2-for-1. Wow, it's game already. There we go. 6 attack kill command into kill command, that's fucking 16 lethal. That went pretty quick, and A4Papier gets the first win. That was a pretty fast matchup. I would say that A4Papier got a little more lucky with the mulligan and all that. Had a eagle horn bow, could grab the tempo and maintain his board and keep clearing Monkeloid's board. Monkeloid didn't really have the drops to follow up on that as well. Didn't get a weapon or didn't have any kind of something to go against the tempo that A4 was getting there, and that kind of resulted into a quick loss, but have no fear, that was only match number 1. We'll be moving over to the next match here. First one goes to A4, match number 2. Alright, let's see what do we have here. Alright, this abusive surgeon being dropped on turn 1, making sure that there is at least something to trade on. He does not want to lose at least in tempo or have nothing on the board. There's the Alec, but that's a good upward trade for A4, so that was definitely a good play of dropping the abusive. Definitely should be dropping that anyway if he didn't get anything decent out of that. He has an upward trade, so there's no reason to get anything else involved. Just trade with the 2-1, stack up on PO, and be ready to start dealing damage. Let's have a look. That's the Toad. That's again kind of like an upward trade in my opinion for A4Papier. So definitely I wouldn't say like in favor of Monk. Dark Ritual on turn 3. There we go. Alright, so probably we're gonna see a Carrion Beast coming out. Pretty good for cleaning up things here. Not so bad. Plus with a Houndmaster could turn into a really scary minion. Anyway, A4Papier is not having any of that. Playing the Power Overwhelming right away into Direwolf and start spamming board to make sure that he is ready to trade with anything that is going to be dropped by Monkeloid. At least that's the plan. The only thing that could maybe do something or some kind of punish would be like getting Unleashed, but sadly he does not have Unleashed. I'm not sure if A4 is playing against that or playing around it really. It doesn't seem so. Just want to finish this quickly and seal the deal before the Hunter does start doing Hunter things. Doesn't want to go too far into the game. There we go. Trades out the 2 1-1s, gets another 1-1 out on the board. Still has a reasonable board and still not really a decent clear or decent way of clearing for Monkeloid. There we go. Finally got his weapon. It's the one thing that basically I would say was a factor in winning last game for A4Papier. Let's have a look quickly at the chat. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Good. Fine. Dark Ritual. Let's have a look. Why do I say Forbidden Ritual all the time, man? Okay, Dark Ritual. Fine, boys. Ooh, 50-50 here. Oh, Monkeloid going for the 50-50. Would have heard him screaming his lungs out if he did not win that 50-50. But then again, now you guys, if there are any Monkeloid boys here, don't say never lucky again. I mean, he's been pretty lucky, Monkeloid, this tournament. So yeah. It was a 50-50 he lost earlier, it's a 50-50 he just won. There's the Tundra. Probably gonna finish it off with a hero power. Sets up to start dealing some damage. I mean, I'm assuming that the Tundra is going to be killed here. I mean, it's turn 8. If he does not kill the Tundra here, he should be expecting this. I mean, literally should be expecting Call of the Wild. But does he have anything? Okay, he's hoping for... Oh, lucky. He almost had like his Leroy Jenkins being thrown out of his hand, which did not happen. And he dropped his Mortal Coil instead, which is kind of good. Otherwise he would have had a mad Zoo facing against him, and the Zoo would have definitely gotten zooed down by the Call of the Wild. Did not happen though. Alright then, so we had the 8-8 being played last turn. There we go, first few clears coming out, Taunt coming out. And this is looking very grim at the moment, but we have another Call of the Wild, so that's something. I'm assuming that he's going to be playing Call of the Wild. With the Call of the Wild, the Leok that's going to come is going to allow this Leok that's on the board to be able to clear the Taunt, which also allows the Huffer to deal with the 8-3 at least. There we go. There's the trade on the first one, and then probably he's going to kill the 8-3. I'm not sure if he might though. He might also just kill the Dark Council. I mean, the Warlock kind of has to bounce the Taunt into it. I mean the 8-3 into it, but I wonder if he's going to risk it. He has only 16 HP. Alright. He did risk it. And there we go, the trade. So to be honest, that was a good call. Definitely a good call. Alright. Another Savannas. Kodo becomes pretty much useless here. I guess Infested Wolf is gonna be played along with like Animal Companion or so. I mean, you could also invest it and play like Savannah. I mean, he must be getting worried about his HP now as well. 5, 7, 8 damage on board. It's pretty much like quite a lot, all things considered. I guess he's hoping for a taunt. That's still pretty decent. Alright, no lethal for Monkeloid, but has to still worry about his HP. Defender of Argus. Defender of Argus is going to be played here. Probably after the Dark Council, just to make sure that there's plentiful taunts, or at least not a Zerg Fiesta coming out that will end the game for A4. I'm not sure if I would have taunted the 2-5 over there just to give it a little yeah, well, he decided that that's kind of pointless. I mean, maybe it was a misplay. Either way, A4 did not think that that was good enough to play. And basically gives up the match, which puts Monkeloid back up again. Alright then. Game number 2, so we're still pretty close on the matches. Anything can happen. So we had A4Papier winning with his Hunter first, that got eliminated. And then came back with his Warlock. And then we had a Hunter Mirror matchup, which was lost. Whereas now, the Hunter did fine. So basically both players lost their Hunters. Alright, these are A4Papier's words. Usually in a Warlock Mirror match, as I said earlier, the better Warlock player wins. Or well, I guess in a Zoo matchup, Zoo Mirror, so I guess this doesn't go. It doesn't look like Monkeloid's playing a Zoo. Looks more like a Reno. Alright, the Zoo versus the Reno. Alright, not much he can do there. There's a little BMing going on with the well plays from both players. He's trying to wind each other up. Anyway, let's have a look. It might actually be Preden. Anyway, Warlock doing Warlock things once again. Table being dropped there. Ooh, Shadow Flame. That's going to be pretty annoying later on for A4Papier to deal with later on. Don't kill the messenger. This ain't the movie 300, you know. You can't be kicking me for the comment. And shout out, this is Sparta. It doesn't work this way, man. It doesn't work that way. If you wanna get any clearance on that comment, you have to poke A4Papier, the one that made that comment. Anyway, we're moving on. Tentacles and tentacles and tentacles. More and more tentacles. Plentiful tentacles. I mean, that ritual keeps coming. It actually is forbidden ritual. Okay, there we go. So there goes the forbidden ritual again. Alright then. Enemy within, welcome to the stream, man. This is Hakim. Wait, what? No, it's not. Alright. There's the Shadow Flame. It's kind of a... That's a pretty funny Shadow Flame. It's a Shadow Flame on a 1-1, pretty much clearing the board. You don't see that often. I guess that's pretty funny. But then again, why the fuck not? Alright, there's the Imp Gang boss coming out. Ooh, the Kodo top deck. There we go, 50-50 again. Is he going to be lucky? He has no more right of crying if he plays Kodo about being unlucky. He's landed the last one, the one before. Come on, let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, lucky again! Oh man. Who said Monkeloid is never lucky? Clearly he doesn't fucking give a shit at watching the game and no concept of reality. He's been lucky and lucky and lucky and lucky and lucky all over this fucking tournament. He's been lucky against juggles, he's been lucky with his Kodo drops, he's been lucky with pretty much everything. With his top decks. I guess you need to have extreme RNG to be esports. Always lucky, never lucky. Alright, well, there we go. Let's have a look. He's gonna be probably able to play... Let's have a look. I mean, he could just trade for that sake, right? And just like flood board a little bit more. It doesn't need to do anything. Just not sure if he wants to heal that one minion instead of healing himself. I'm not quite sure if that served any purpose. I'm not quite sure if that served any purpose. Pretty weird match. Pretty weird heal there. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to get Monkeloid to comment on that at some point later on. But for now, we are going to carry on watching the match. There's the Dark Iron Door. Going to be able to do a easy peasy swap on the taunt. Direwolf. Alright, feels the need to go face. No trades needed. Alrighty ho. I'm gonna try to make sure, by the way, as well, that when the match is going to end, that we get a quick peek here at the location. Otherwise, you will always be able to see the pictures on the Facebook. I'm pretty sure they'll be uploaded. No me! No me! Kun je voor mij beats oppikken?
Ja.
Je pakt nog wel iets voor jezelf of zo?
Nee, dat hoeft niet.
Ik ben procent of zo. All right. Making sure the beer is being filled up. There we go. Just getting the heal out. And there's going to be some board clear as much as possible. There goes the Dark Iron Dwarf. Direwolf Alpha is going to be one of the primary targets, and then an upward trade. Not that bad, to be honest. The HP is still low, but I mean board control is up on Monkeloid's side, as well as the HP difference is not that much anymore. So I wouldn't call it an advantage anymore. There was a clear advantage before. I'm not sure about it now. I mean, this could turn out really, really good. Let's see if he is lucky or not. Wow, come on. And then we have another one. Oh wow, he did get lucky. Alright. Let's have a look if we can spot any kind of salt on Monkeloid. Come on, I want to see some salt. Come on, boys. No salt, boys. Okay, let's carry on watching then. Let's have a look. Hero power, perhaps.
Voorkeur voor bier? Oh.
Voorkeur for beer. Fuck yeah. But she was, of course, referring to the flavor. Anyway. I think he's debating whether or not to actually go out with a taunt or actually just go for... Alright, I think he was debating whether to like go for the taunt with Argus or like getting the Sun Fury out on the Sylvanas. I guess he got the swap out, so he's gonna avoid putting taunt. He could have like put taunt up and like hit phase. That gives the trade to the lock. And I'm not sure if you want to do that as well. I mean, Direwolf Alpha or anything of the kind could like really turn around things for you. Ik kan bevestigen dat hij met zijn muts op slaapt. Well, I'm sure you can ask him. If you were asking me, I would just reply. Sometimes I go to bed with a hat on, sometimes I go without. It depends on the occasion and who's with me, I guess. If you know what I'm saying. Anyway.
We gaan beginnen met de pubquiz van deze zondagavond. Welkom allemaal. We zijn even kijken. 9 teams vanavond.
Okay, that's interesting.
En zoals altijd spelen we 8 rondes.
And there we go, Taunt's coming out. Still doesn't want to make sure that... I mean, he knows that he is in the combo range. I mean, obviously he's expecting the Leroy combo. So he's not going to play on table without any taunts. And there's the first taunt. We have a Soulfire out there, but I mean, he can't just play the Soulfire. He might lose one of his combo parts. And for now has to just start trading slowly. I mean, he should be able to still play out his combo next turn anyway. But this was definitely a good stall. Okay, we're already gonna see the power overwhelming beam. Hey. 2 seconds, guys, I dropped my drinks. Alright, back in again. Androd's up, Sylvanas out again. I mean, I think this is going to be really difficult now for A4Papier to recover from. I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty salty. It's a little unfortunate. It almost looked like the match was already won by A4Papier, and then suddenly there was so much taunt and there was so much shit. I really hope that he's not going to use that. Can we get a lethal out of this? Oh well. Savage caster. Do we have a Rocket League player here? Caster is drunk. Everything falls out of his hands. Well, am I allowed to have some fun as well, Mac Patriot? Come on, man. I've been making sure all this time that you guys had a great time. I've really did my best for this today to make sure everything that could be prepped was prepped. So, yeah, I was pretty hyped too. So I'm allowed to be a little drunk. I'm not really drunk yet, but yeah. Anyway, we might get to that. This is starting to anyway look worse and worse. Oh man, if he wins this, he wins this. If he doesn't, there might be. Okay, so he needs to like top deck a PO. And that is not PO. If he had PO, he had like exactly enough lethal. Leroy plus PO, 10 damage plus Soulfire, that would have been enough. But it wasn't, so A4Papier bites the dust. Azunimasa is not a Rocket League player, I see, man. It's just because one of the recent comments in Rocket League that was added was called Savage. You can just shout Savage. So I thought you were referring to that. Anyway, moving on to the next match. Alright, Monkeloid coming back. And is up to a 2-1 now. So Monkeloid could finish this now against A4Papier. Or we could see a final match between A4Papier and Monkeloid if Monkeloid wins this now. I mean, he's been confident against with his Anzod deck. So we might see a little pew pew going on over here. If not, then we'll see at least a follow-up match where we are going to have the final fight between A4 and Monkeloid with their final decks. So let's see. So Monkeloid still has only his Paladin left, and no, this is not Party Boy. That's the wrong one. 1 second. I have no idea where these papers went. I think someone took my paper. Anyway, it was a mirror match anyway, so like basically he has the Zoo and the Hunter still, I think. Oh no, wait, he won with the Hunter, so it's a Warrior. Of course it's the Warrior. Yeah. The unique deck that was brought by Monkeloid was the Paladin, and the A4's deck that was unique compared to most of them was the Warrior, so yeah. Anyway, A4Papier again starting pretty good with the Warlock. Huh? Wat is er nou weer gebeurd? Oh, je ziet dat allemaal hier. Ja, maar ik weet niet hoe ze dat hier gedaan hebben. There we go, deze.
Ja, deze willen ze zien.
Oké. Kijken, kan ik het switchen zo? I'm not gonna be able to hover over cards or anything. My OCD is kicking in that loose screw on the right top. You see? That loose screw on the right top. What loose screw? I'm getting really confused. Anyway, let's have a look at how this match proceeds. There we go. The combo. At least that's going to take care of most of the minions on the board. Oh lord. I thought there was a loose screw around me. Arc enemy within is laughing. Alright. Trolling the caster. Damn you guys. Alright, alright. As long as you guys are having fun, that's okay for now. For now. Just because it's on Twitch, it's okay. You can do this. I'll accept. Anyway. Quickly going over the matches there. Alright, that's a defeat. And A4Papier takes the win over there. So we are going to see a final match, ladies and gentlemen. The final match is going to be Paladin again versus the Warrior. So let's see who comes out on top. First we're going to quickly update the score. It's so hectic out, by the way, as well, guys. There's like so many people talking, so I can't keep my focus at everyone at the same time. But I'll try to do my best. I hope you guys forgive me if not everything is going overly smooth. I'll try to keep the game at least open as much as possible. So we can see that. Anyway, so here's the mulligan. I would say as well, guys, for the ones that are planning on coming on tournaments and stuff, have a look at these mulligan faces. I mean, you can learn a lot from this, right? How the players are mulliganing, like what they are keeping against what classes. Like Monkeloid definitely felt like he would keep his Kodo against this, probably because he wants to get either like a snipe on a Frothing Berserker, an Armor Smith, or anything of that kind. Alright, we're gonna see a Cartoon Warrior. Right, so Cartoon Warrior versus Enzot Belly. So let's have a look. No, Monkeloid is lost. Abi Muis weg, ja, dan. We have only black and white version. Yeah, sorry. But that was a while ago. Let's have a look. Nice, we click that screw. Oh, there we go. The screw is gone, by the way. Before we get any more ODC behavior, there's no more eye. See, I sorted that. Glilin, I sorted that. The fire is on as well. It's on now. Alright. There's the Kodo. Alright, Kodo just gets a free hit on that. You're still gonna have the... thank you. Naomi bringing me a nice beer cheer stream once again. I'm gonna carry on enjoying myself here. Anyway, what do we have here? Kane is out. At least unlike the last match that Monkeloid had, where his Kane Bloodhoof and his Sylvanas just wouldn't come. I mean, he at least has both of them. He might need to wait for Enzot, but I mean, that doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you have your minions to keep playing in your clearances, I mean, everything is alright. So, at the very least, we're gonna see a decent Enzot maybe later on. At least better than the last one we've seen. Let's have a look what the other things are what we have here. At least he has like one equality combo, he has a Doomsayer. He also has a Sylvanas, being able to play that right after the Kane. He has a Ragnaros just for some lol damage. Humility if anything big is played. And the Warrior can't play weapons because the Ooze is ready as well. Let's see on A4's side. We got an Ectopian Horror. We got the twin Emperor.A4Papier already. But I'm not sure if it's triggered yet. It doesn't seem to be that way. One execute, and we got an Armor Smith. So we're at least going to be able to keep going for a while. I'm assuming that we're going to see the Armor Smith coming out next turn. Shield Bearer even, sorry. And there we go. Humility on Sylvana, so he's going to have at least no free clear on the Kane Bloodhoof. Or, sorry, he's not going to be able to kill the Doomsayer just like that. So I think Sylvanas was played second, so that A4Papier will be playing afterwards. We're going to first see Kane dying. Well, he's going to be able to execute, but is he going to? I mean, if he leaves the board and deals damage to face, the only thing that happens is basically a Bane being given to A4Papier, so I think that's just what he wants. Waits off the minions. Bane should be played first because it was played first, and he gets the Bane, so that's fine. Kane, Bane, let's see. Bane. You know, those guys. Alright, Ragnaros, I'll try to do the snipe. I bet you that probably Monkeloid's not going to be happy about that 50-50. He does not like losing 50-50s, but he looks pretty calm on the stream. So I think he's going to be totally fine with this one. Alright, Veclor is out. Another Doomsayer. Well, he has the equality combo. Is he going to play it though? Does not give a shit about Ragnaros. At least for now, he's going to just clear the board, get that 8 damage in and just like end turn. I mean, I guess it's perfectly fine. Even Execute won't do too much against this. I mean, as of right now, the Disciple is going to be played, I'm assuming, to take down Ragnaros. And then we got the 5-3 Ectopian, that's fine. Alright, Hero Power, just continuing. We have some really low HP and still no healing on Monkeloid. He's going to be pretty sad if he loses this now. He still has no heal. So basically, Anzok is on 6. That's not a strong enough. Let's have a look what we have here. A Fury War Axe. I think we're gonna see some damage here. Is he gonna fucking play the Situn? That would be bad. No! Oh, he has 16 damage. Of course he's going to use it. And that's Monkeloid out. Really? That's gonna be game like that. Already. Situn is 12-12. Never a lucky Monkeloid.